little foggy today. Nothing I can do about it. Doesn't really hurt anything. It's just foggy. Makes you feel a little boxed in. Wonder what claustrophobic people do when it gets foggy. Do they just stay inside? Or do they go outside? I don't know. The good thing about the fog here in Oregon is that it's all outside. Well, now I don't know for sure because I've met people who have told me that they thought it seemed to them like I had little fog inside my head. So I'm not sure. I doubt it. Yeah. What would burn it off, you know? Maybe that's what the fog does in my head. It keeps me from seeing things from other people's point of view. Lord, lift the fog in my head.
Look at that. All the fog is outside now.
Well, you explained it. I just passed one of them little shacks, like a coffee shack, here on Sandy Boulevard, but it wasn't actually a coffee shack. It said tobacco. People lining up in their cars to go in and buy tobacco, just like they would coffee. I noticed the sign, it said tobacco to go. I think that's nice, you know. I suppose that's a convenience that people need. They're addicted to tobacco. I just drove past my place of work. Look at that. I've never done that before. There's only 3 minutes to go. Well, this is what you call your beautiful scenic view. I'm on the bridge here, 205 bridge. This is the beautiful Columbia River. Stunning, isn't it? Look at it over here. Absolutely beautiful. But not today. Isn't that amazing? The whole Columbia River is fogged in. Well, looky here. It's starting to burn off a little bit over here. Isn't that something? You can actually see the water there. There's the truck wash right there. Need to run this thing through that truck wash too. You can hardly see out of the mirrors. Probably wipe all the company logos off the side of the van and I'd get in trouble. What are you doing washing that van? Now nobody knows who we are. Well, I'd just say, well, good. Now they won't be calling you up all day telling you what a dumb driver you got working for you out there on the freeways. That guy there is walking down the road in front of McDonald's. That guy there has a job driving a beer truck. There's something called Stonewood that has an outlet. There it is right there. Stonewood outlet. Seems like you'd have to pick one or the other. What are you looking at? Heater's on. Are you watching me drive? It's a little disconcerting having the whole internet have the ability to watch me drive. I'm not that good of a driver. I'm trying to learn not to criticize and, spend my energy reforming people, things like that. I just want to learn how to, forgive and be, more gentle and kind. It's hard, though. It just goes against my nature, to be kind to people. I'd like to just kick them in the head and be done with it, But the Lord doesn't like doing it that way. Once you're one of His children, He asks you to be a little better than that. People laugh at Christians, because they think all kinds of stuff about them that's probably not true most of the time. I'll tell you this much, I've been both, Christian and non-Christian. And I was pretty vehement about whichever side I was on, to be honest with you. I was a real good non-Christian for a lot of years. I doubt if you were any better at it than I was. The thing is, it's not any easier at all. If you think it's easy to be a Christian, you got the wrong idea. That's not why people do it. Well, you try loving your enemy. Talk about going against the inner grain of a human being. But that's what Jesus told us to do. He said, if somebody steals your coat, you should give them your underwear too, which is interesting when you apply it to today's normal routines. If somebody comes up behind you on the road honking and carrying on like you're in their road, really, you probably ought to just pull over and let them go by. Pretend like you think it's their road too. That would be the best thing. It would probably get to the point where if a few people do that, they'd stop and think about what they were doing and realize that, maybe it's their road too. Whoop, yellow light. We're good. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it's true and because it's right. While we're talking about it, if you just laugh and find another video to watch when somebody mentions the name of Jesus, that might be some kind of neurosis that you want to deal with realistically and logically and rationally. What other name has that effect on you? Be honest about that. Maybe there's a reason why the name of Jesus affects you the way it does. That was where my friend Milt Marcy has an insurance agency for Progressive. See those trucks over there? Those are all my trucks. I like trucks. Those are mine. See that bike over there in front of McDonald's? That's not mine. Don't look at this guy over here. If he finds out he's on YouTube, his boss would probably bring him in for questioning. Am I not paying you enough during the day? You got to go out there and stand a kitty corner from McDonald's and beg for money with a cardboard sign? I've heard they make good money with their cardboard sign. I don't know. I think that those rumors scare a lot of people away too. But there are some really good ways to help people that are genuinely in need without having to take the chance that maybe it's just somebody making more money than you with their cardboard sign. That's Mr. Plywood right there. Yeah. He's kind of skinny. If you look at him from the profile side, I think that's just because they made that sign out of plywood. Okay, my GPS girl here is just chattering away. I guess that's what girls do pretty much all over the world. It's not unusual or anything like that. So us guys, we just put up with it, and usually we don't mind it. We probably enjoy it as much as we do anything else with it. Of course, I'm single, so I may have a an inappropriate perspective on something like that. You guys that have been married for 85 years probably look at things like that different than I would. Excuse me. Got something in my throat. I think it's a lollipop. Not sure. Yeah, that's pretty. Looks better on the bottom than it does on the top. I'm not going to say what I was thinking, especially if it had to do with an analogy between my description of that tree and some of the women I used to know. There's a little girl back here. What's the matter with that truck? It's going so slow. Sometimes I go slow just because I'm not in a hurry. I think that's still legal in Portland, Oregon. I don't know about the rest of America. Land of the free. Some people are just enslaved to some kind of an internal clock, I suspect. Pardon me for eating in front of the whole entire world here on YouTube. If you ever had one of them red lollipops, you know why I can't stop. They're good. Uh-oh. Yeah, a guy over there walking on the right. That's not a purse. That's a... I don't know what it is. I was trying to be on his side. I didn't know how to do it. But if a man wants to carry a purse, that's just stupid. Go home and look up the word man in the dictionary. It's a human being who does not carry a purse. Hey, I don't know. I'm old school, I suppose. Of course, if you go back old enough school, you might have learned something in school too. You never know. I understand they're having some problems graduating kids that have any sense at all from the public school system these days, which costs 3 times as much to operate as it did when I was a kid. Something awry in that situation too, I would think. If I could talk to that little girl behind me in that car that's been within 10 feet of my bumper for the last 2 miles there, going down these residential streets, I would tell her that I'm sorry I'm in her way. But if I wasn't, these people would be, and I don't think it makes much difference to her who's in the way. It's just that, her problem is that we can't all just disappear for her sake. There's a big old park right there, people outdoors playing basketball. I saw one lady feeding a squirrel, but there's kids swinging and teeter-tottering. Parents pretending to approve of that. The sun's a-shining. No rain, sunshine. It's beautiful. Why, if it were 60, 70 degrees warmer, I'd go outside and play. Still January, though, Look at that. Convertible Mercedes with the top down in January. You don't see that every day in Oregon. Okay, I finally got out of that little girl's way. Man, I was beginning to feel like public nuisance number uno. This is the park I saw the lady feeding the squirrels in. We'll go by again here with the camera on this time and see if she's still doing it. Some kid jumping over the mud humps in his bicycle. His mom will be proud after she teaches that kid how to do his own laundry. Look at this. Look at that. Counting flowers on the wall. That don't bother me at all. Look at here. Look at here. Look at these guys. Look at them. They're both awake. Maybe not completely.